Did you ever walk up to a food truck and found the owner just leaning out the window with their head in their hand and they look totally bored and you feel like you're interfering with their break time? Well, today we're going to talk about how to keep your energy level up so that it matches the wrap that's on your food truck. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
You know, when I was setting up every day, either in the trailer or as a hot dog cart, we were themed on pirates because the area that we live in Florida actually has an annual pirate parade and a whole celebration the end of May, first part of June. So they do broke parades and they do a physical parade on the streets. And I mean, it's a big, big deal. And it's basically a made up celebration for something that they claim happened in history, but no one can say for sure that it did. But it's called the Billy Bowl.
At that point, does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. But it's called Billy Bowlegs, and they do all different kind of celebrations with it. And people, they have a king and queen of the crew, and they do the real fancy outfits and spend way more money on this stuff than they should. So I just kind of piggybacked on that. So I'm going to be the weird dude that's going to be dressed up every day like a pirate for all through summer, all through fall, and sell hot dogs. And just like you talked about, saying hello, gorgeous, hi, handsome, that kind of thing. For me, it was the kids, hi, princess, hi, prince, how are you doing today? Your Majesty, I'm glad to see you, that kind of thing, because it fits in with the theme of the pirate times. And I always had a hat hanging up. I very rarely wore the hat, but I had it hanging up in the back because I had a tent. I had it hanging up in the back with this big, long sword. All the kids and stuff will look at that, go, look, Daddy's got a sword and everything. And, it's plastic, but they couldn't tell. And it just started that conversation because of our area being a tourist area. To me, it was my goal to get them to come eat with me twice because, chances are I'm never going to see them again. But if I can get them to come eat with me twice, that means I impressed them enough that first time that the kids or even the food encourage them to come back that one more time during their vacation. Because when you think about it, every single dollar they're spending has to be on a budget of some sort. Mm-hmm. So if they're coming to the crazy hot dog guy to buy one more time, that's a big deal because they could have spent that money in any other restaurant because they were going to eat out for sure. And it certainly had to be me that second time. So it's just all about the experience. It's like you talked about. It goes beyond the food. It's the overall service experience. Is it fast? Is it friendly? Is the food great? What's the follow-up? How do they, communicate? Because I used to set up in a place where people could actually sit down and eat. And if I didn't have somebody in front of me, I'm out there asking me, how's the food? What y'all think?
I do that too.
And you should. Everybody should.
I make a joke out of it. I'll walk up, I'll go, hey, how's the food going? And on the truck, I wear usually I wear a bandana. I have a tie-dyed bandana.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of look the part a little bit. And I'll get off the truck, and mosey around. And, hey, guys, how is it? Is it good? You like it? And I tell them, I go, don't lie to me. I go, if I see half-eaten sandwiches throwing it back at this truck, I'm going to be mad. I go, you know what the wrap cost on that truck? It's very – I've always been very engaging with people. Right. And you hit it on the head. If you've ever, to your point, if you've ever been to a trade show, like a home show or something, I've done a couple of those back when I worked in sales, and you kind of learn, I don't know if the term carnival barker is the right word, but you learn how to engage people. You learn, I sold windows for a while. My line when I worked at a trade show for a window person was, hey, how you feeling today, sir? Oh, feeling good, because they don't want to talk to you,
Right.
How you feeling today, sir? I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, your window's feeling the same way? And they go, like, you know what I mean? Right. Okay, now I've got something. You're either going to tell me to kick rocks or we're going to engage.
Right.
The great thing about the truck and the way I designed it again, not to toot my own, I wanted it to be bright. I wanted it to be obnoxious.
Oh yeah.
I wanted it to be something, you mentioned the kids, something where a little kid grabs his mom and dad's arm and pulls them to my truck.
Yeah.
And then when mom and dad, oh God, we got to go look at this thing. Junior wants to like, oh, wait a minute. Wow, this guy's got a grilled cheese with bacon and apples on it to try to do that. And it sounds like you were doing the exact same thing. It's fun. You got to have fun with people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, if it was particularly slow, I would pick up the pirate accent a little bit. Wasn't very good at it, but, you know, I would try to entertain the kids. And, you know, it always gets people talking because I tried to look the part other than the hat. I always wore a bandana like you talked about, but still people engage that. And that's what it's all about. I had a person that kind of taught me that was a shoe salesman in a mall in Gainesville. And it was one of those shoe stores that was nothing special, nothing fancy. Most of the time I would walk by and I'd usually have lunch with him. And this one day I walked by and he's standing outside and he's got on a long jacket, like a raincoat kind of jacket, went all the way down to the floor. And I'm like, what's this fool doing? You know, we're inside a mall. It's not going to rain on you. As I walked up to him, I said, what are you doing? And he pulled open one side of the jacket. He had all of the high-heeled shoes down one side. He said, this is how I'm getting attention today. I said, prove it to me.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
He closed up his jacket. He waits for a couple of girls to walk by, and he goes, and he just opened up his jacket like he's a, you know, flasher or something.
Yeah, he's a flasher. Yeah, I get it.
And then there's all the high-heeled shoes. And, of course, that got the girls giggling and everything. And they came over and you know, started looking. Now, whether they bought or something, I don't know. But still.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. He got their attention where they would have
you
just
engaged them.
By. Yeah.
I think that too, that's the weird thing, not to get off topic, but I grew up, again, I'm 47 years old. My mother is from Southern Alabama. My dad was off the boat from Bamberg, Germany. I always tell people I'm half German and half hillbilly. I'm always on time and I'm friendly as hell. I don't, and again, off subject, I guess, but I think it has to do with what I do for a living, what you do for a living. People don't talk to each other as much as they used to. It used to be you could go to the grocery store with your parents, and I still do it. I mean, my wife kind of rolls her eyes at me, but I talk to complete strangers in the grocery store. I don't care. Yeah, we're all human. I tell her, I go, we all put our pants on one leg at a time. We're all human, and I don't see a lot of that. Well, I don't see it as much as I used to. So when you are kind of a gregarious or an outgoing person like you know, with that example, with the pirate example, people don't shy away from it. It's especially if you're good with kids. If there's little kids around, and I've always been great with little kids. I'm kind of a big circus clown. Engaging like that, it puts people at ease. It brings their guard down. It's not this, you know. It's not, well, I'm going to text you this and do. I again, like I said, I still believe in humans, you know, and I think that there's something to be said for, and I don't have enough experience. I've only been doing this for 3 months, but I found if you're open to talk, you have to kind of be, what's that person? Is it A type or B type?
A type, I believe, the one that's always outgoing and driven and all.
You sort of kind of have to have that personality to do this.
Yeah, you do. And you also can't be shy, for sure.
No.
I mean, I used to be horribly shy. I mean, I still am around people that I don't know, but you certainly can't be shy in this business because it's, you know, it's all about engaging people like we've been talking. It's all about suggestive selling. It's upselling. It's getting them to get a more complete meal and have a better experience eating your food. It comes down to, do I care about them having a really good, enjoyable meal, or do I care about it boosting my sales? And it should always be about, I want them to have an enjoyable meal. And if you give them an enjoyable meal, then your sales go up naturally.
That is, I have found that to be absolutely true. I've seen other trucks that have been parked next to me. They don't do as well as we do, because I've always been really inquisitive as to why things are the way they are. You know, like I said, my sandwich, the Michelle, it sells more to women than it does to men. Mm-hmm. I have no idea why, but it does. But I found that the trucks that I've been next to at certain gigs, or, you know, that are on the same premises, I found this in feedback from owners and promoters and stuff, they don't do as well. And I've thought, is it, you know, again, it's just a grilled cheese. We're not like spending 18 hours making barbecue sauce and empanada homemade. It's a grilled cheese. Is it the truck? It's just an obnoxious truck. Like, is it the price? I mean, my prices range from $14 to $12. Can of Coke is $2.50. Bottle of water is $2.50. It's pretty normal for this area where I live. So what is it? I think it's us. I think it's Joel and me and my daughter Emma and my son Max on the weekends. I think you're right. I think that's what's the difference. Because once you get the pirates, oh, Dad, what's that? Hey, what's over here? You have to keep the same energy. You have to keep the same energy as what your truck looks like.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
I love the people that post on your forum, I'm going to get the truck wrapped, give me some ideas, blah, blah, blah. I always throw up a picture of my truck. It's probably, one of the most obnoxious looking ones there, but that's why, because if you say you're doing Bob's egg rolls or something, gee whiz, I come up with a bunch of ideas, but make it so you can see it from space. Like make it something bright and huge and something, that old expression, like a moth to the flame,
That's exactly how it has to be, because you're right. If the attraction becomes the truck and then you bring them back because of the food, that's a winning combination.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always visual first. People say they eat with their eyes. Well, they make their food selection with their eyes too, or they ever see what your food looks like.
And wash your truck. I've learned that too.
Yeah.
I've seen some trucks we don't have a lot of truck washes around here. We live, my area is, I live again, the western suburbs. It's a little more affluent. They have a little more disposable. We don't see we don't have a truck wash. I wash it at the shop, but I wash it once a week. We go to places, again, Apple Orchard, Pumpkin Farm. It's dusty. It's windy. Right. I've seen trucks come in, and because I'm a kind of a stickler for cleanliness, that's the German side of me, on time and clean. Clean your rims, my rims are right. Wash them. If your truck is clean and shiny, I've found that other trucks that showed up that haven't been washed, they look a little funky. People won't go to them. Yep.
Armor all the tires too. As crazy as it sounds. Do that too. People notice that. It makes you look cleaner.
Yep. My tires they're huge, and I probably spend $50 a month in Armor All.
Yeah.
But it's windows, wipe the inside, because in my truck, again, we don't have that blower system. I have a fan, so we call it the butter truck, because when you get done working a shift, everything, your glasses are coated in butter, the windows. So every week we come Monday and we take it down, wash it. I even spray the windows. We clean everything.
Oh, you have to. You absolutely have to. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. I hate to cut this short, but I got to get ready for another call here in 8 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ran you too long. That's my fault.
This has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.